So if you saw the streams that I did during this past week, the release week of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, you can see that I really enjoyed the game to the point that during the second stream, I pretty much fought another chat member because I had that much fun and I didn't want to accept any opposite opinion. This game is disappointing, and I'm saying that as a Mario fan. Huh. If it's disappointing for whatever reason you have, that's fine. Whatever. I'm gonna enjoy the game. That's all I give a shit about. I don't know about you. Badges? I cannot believe they add badges to a 2D Mario platforming game. It has baffled me ever since the trailers. What? That they actually give you customization on how to tackle different scenarios so it isn't the same game over and over again? Yeah, I know. That's such a bad choice, question mark? Usually, I'm not like that. At least I hope that I'm not. I'm usually someone that really loves a sturdy, balanced conversation. You know, when I streamed Breath of the Wild, I talked about its flaws. Hell, I talked about the flaws with Tears of the Kingdom when I streamed that game, but there was something special about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and to explain that, there's a bit of history that I have with the Mario franchise, specifically the 2D ones, that will make my perspective, I guess, a little more understandable. One of the first games that I ever really played as a kid was Super Mario Bros. Wii. It was with my dad and with my brother, to the point that Super Mario Bros. Wii is one of the most impactful games of my life, pretty much on the exact same tier as Super Mario Galaxy and Pokemon X and Y. Or, I'm sorry, Pokemon Black and White, jeez. The 2D Mario games meant a lot to me, and later in my life, I would truly enjoy the 2D Mario games, hell, to the point that I played Mario Land 2 pretty recently. One of the first games, actually, that I ever owned was a 2D Mario game, Super Mario Land, for the Game Boy. I have this weird affinity for 2D Marios, and specifically with New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. U. And New Super Mario Bros. U is usually a game that not a lot of people really enjoy, like, at all. But for me, it was really fun with the game flow. The graphics, I'm not gonna even try to defend that, but in Super Mario Bros. U, there's this really good game flow, and especially when you're using at least something close to an actual controller. I'm talking to you, Wii U gamepad. Mario Bros. U always had this really nice game flow with how Mario just moved. I'm such a stickler for game flow, and if a game doesn't feel right, especially with a platformer, I'm not going to touch it. But for some reason, even though Mario U was some of the most cookie-cutter Mario gameplay I've ever played in my life, except for that really cool paint level that everyone just wished the entire game was based on, man, I really liked it, simply because the gameplay itself was so fun, at least to me. So when Super Mario Bros. Wonder came out, and I'll probably play like a quick clip right here, we're just getting the ultimate like Mario makeover. What is that elephant? Elephant Mario? You can see that I was very excited, and I don't know, man, like, that game is just so fun, and 2D Mario, again, just that gameplay, that movement, that momentum, there's something to say about it to the point that I really, really enjoy it. And so to have a new game that not only has such a good moveset already built into the game, but you also have just an actual feeling of something new being added to the Mario series, at least in 2D, for the first time in a very long time since Super Mario World, with gameplay that is also very inspired by Super Mario World, which is a very good game in and of itself. I think currently its Metacritic right now is like at a 93 for audience scores, which is like insane. A lot of people like this game, myself included, and I didn't realize that I would like it so much that, as of recording, Monday the 23rd of October, that would be, what, 2 or 3 days after the game came out, I have already 100%ed the game all the way through. I've gotten every standee, every Wonder Seed, every single 10 purple coin. I got everything. I burned through that game, and, you know, some people might say, well, then it's not that good, it doesn't have a lot of content. Is it really worth the $60 if it's a 2D game, it's linear levels, and it's, you know, it's kind of linear, and there's, you know, it only goes for so long. And man, even though, you know, depending on how you enjoy video games, you know, that could be a very valid thing, for me, No. For those who don't know, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the newest Mario platformer, specifically 2D platformer, since Super Mario Bros. U, which came out for the Wii U, and then re-released as Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe for the Switch a few years ago. A lot of people really don't like it because it just is a reminder that the new Super Mario Bros. Series really was just saying that, hey, we want to make a Mario game like once a year or so for each console, and that's all we want to do. We just want to make it for a console. We'll add one new power-up, but for the most part, we're going to have the same levels basically all the time. One of my favorite parts easily about Mario Wonder is how every single world, there's no one definite world theme. I mean, there is, in a sense, but in World 1 alone, you're going through savannas, you're going in little weird pipe areas, you're going in your standard grass area. There's like so many world themes that it reminds me of Super Mario World, and it's really interesting because there's so much inspiration with all the secret exits, with all the access to the secret world. As soon as you enter World 1, you can find the secret world entrance for World 1, and just everything about it. I mean, hell, Yoshi's in the game. I never stuck with one character for too long. Once I like played with one character for an hour, I'd be like, okay, I'm bored. Let me play as Luigi. Let me play as Daisy. Let me play as Yoshi for like 2 minutes, and then I miss out on a 10 coins, so then I have to go back to Mario, back to Luigi, back to Daisy, back to a Toad, back to Nabbit, back to Toadette. I'm always trying new characters, and the Wonder Flowers being, you know, hidden away, but they're also optional if you're just wanting to quickly nab a 10 coin and then just make it to the exit without having to do the wacky wonder effect every time you have to replay it. That is such a unique game concept that it's hard to really pull off, if that makes sense. You know, how are we going to pull off an optional thing that makes the game more interesting? And it's for the simple sense of getting collectibles, and I find that very, very cool. The badges, they make the whole game different each and every time, and the later you go in, you get like, you can make a badge, or you can have a badge that just makes you invisible, that just makes you jump all the time, that makes you run all the time. There's one where you literally just get just like a goddamn Spider-Man web. You just get to use like a grappling hook and climb onto walls. You get the high jump that Luigi usually gets in 2D Mario games. You get the crouch jump from Mario 2. You get a spin jump like your Propeller Mario in Mario Bros. Wii, and it acts as like a Donkey Kong Country-esque double jump kind of thing, or just a regular double jump if you want it to. And each of them gradually make the game different, and there's so many more ones where it's like every item, instead of getting like a mushroom, it's always an elephant apple or something like that. There's so many ways to spice up the gameplay that even though the game on your first playthrough after collecting everything like I did maybe took around 20-ish, maybe 30 hours, man, dude, bro, I want to play it again. I want to play it again with a new character. I want to play it again just to re-experience the level designs, re-experience the wonder effects. I've played the level where the piranha plants dance. It's literally the second level where they do the little sing and like the bam, 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 bam. I've played that level at least 10 different times. Not to recollect anything, but because that level is so fun. The challenge level where you get to, I think it's the second challenge level of the wall climb, where your first wall climb is, or your first wall jump is like, you get some, I think it's vertical movement, like Mega Man X, and I love that one. That was like the first one I kept for the longest time. That challenge level is so good, it's so challenging. And then there's ones where it's like, there's like so many rhythm game segments. The final boss is a spoiler, and we're not about that in this household, so shut up, me. That is probably why I played through it all without even thinking about it. But just in general, the game is just pleasant. The colors pop. Every world is trying so many different things. There's secret exits out the wazoo, and every world doesn't follow the same structure. I think there's like a total of 4 out of the 6 worlds that do just the titular, oh, stop Bowser Jr., he's being naughty. But then there's 2 of them where one's like, yeah, you're just going up a mountain with this like dojo guy, and he's just like, my student, you must overcome my trials in order to get the royal seed. And then the other one's like, oh, we gotta save the miners from the bottom of this fungus mine. And also King Boo is in that world, and he sings opera. And if you look at him, he still sings the opera, but he has like a warbled voice. I love that. I love it so much. I'm trying to keep this video relatively short because, for one thing, I want to get it out relatively as, as close to the game's release or as close to me recording it as possible. But like, holy shit, I want to do a video where I just go through everything similar to Everhood, because this game is just so good. If you couldn't tell, it's probably my game of the year, unless Mario RPG is like the best thing on the planet. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying it's very unlikely that it's nearly as good on a second playthrough as Super Mario Bros. Wonder was the entire ride through. There were some levels, to be fair, that I was not the biggest fan of, just in the sense of them being kind of weighty. The airship stages are really fun despite them being auto-scrollers, but to be fair, the airship stages in most Mario games are really fun. It's just kind of slow. Oh my god, I haven't even talked about the music! The music in Mario Wonder. As someone who has made an a cappella song, you can probably tell I quite like a cappella when it comes to music, if it's done right. And god damn it, it's so good! The acapella music for the basic theme of Mario Wonder, I have it, it's a fucking earworm in my brain. It's the ba 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 ba. And when you have an elephant, they do more brassy, more deep stuff, so that probably made no sense. But the fact that there's alternate versions of tracks based on the power-up of at least the elephant, I don't know what's the case for the other ones, if it is the case, but man, there's so much attention to detail to even the music that really, I mean, it's a given at this point that Mario games have fucking amazing music. But man, it's always so nice when a new Mario game comes out and it just somehow tries something new that it somehow hasn't done before. And then all the musical levels where they're all callbacks. When you do a quiz, I think it's the Mario Bros. 3 Toad House song. There's like Mario World music. I remember there being the special stage in Mario Sunshine. And again, like I said, every every badge, one is a paper, it's technically Mario and Luigi / Paper Mario. It's technically something that they've done in that game, but each one of them represents a moveset from a part of the game's history, and you get to customize it. The two complaints I have about this game, one is just kind of a reach, if I'm completely honest, but the other one's completely justified, and that one is Yoshi. I love Yoshi. I wish they didn't make him the piss baby easy mode. I know kids are playing. You can literally make a badge that would make it easier for kids, and then that way you could have Yoshi, I don't know, give Yoshi the power-ups, or, I like that Yoshi can give the power-ups or save the power-ups for other people. If you're gonna have Yoshi be his own thing, you should have fleshed him out more. One, don't make him invincible. Literally, baby Yoshis exist. They existed since Super Mario World, and literally were in the last 2D Mario game. Homeboy, when Yoshi gets hit, his small form is a baby Yoshi. That is like the easiest thing. I literally thought of that right now. Do it. And then the other thing, if Yoshi can't use power-ups, have it be so that if he has he has a second stage where he can eat enemies and throw eggs. And don't even make it like the aim system. Just have it work like a fireball. Have it work like the bubble or something. Give Yoshi something to actually justify him not having power-ups. Because then it just feels like a watered-down character. It feels weird playing Yoshi nowadays, and it feels weird playing Yoshi in a modern Mario game where Yoshi doesn't get eggs from enemies. I know he didn't do it for Mario U. I know he didn't do it in most of the 2D Marios. I know that's just like a Yoshi's Island thing, but like, man, if you're not gonna have him do any power-ups, have him have eggs or something. The other one with that is a reach, is I wish you could use more than one badge. If anything, I want that to be a New Game Plus thing. I wish you could toggle badges on and off, because I was constantly struggling, which I think is good for limitation's sake and for the sake of, hey, I'll have to save that for the next playthrough, which I'm going to do. But man, I wish you could use more than one badge. I wish I could combine different badge effects, and I wish I could do that, because man, that would be so much fun, and it would be so broken, but in the sense of like, make that a New Game Plus thing. Make me have more than one badge available. I don't know. I just wish that'd be cool. because I wish I could do like the crouch jump and then do the spin jump, and I can do some cool sequence breaking stuff. Like, have that be the case. Have it when you beat the game that the little prince can hold 2 badges. Literally just make it 2 badges and let me combine badge powers. That would be broken as shit. I don't care. That would be fun. And I know that's a reach. And that's the thing. That's a reach for an extent, because man, so much of it's so enjoyable to try every single kind of badge, try them out individually, find one that fits your fancy. I like I said before, I really enjoyed the wall climb one, but I also really enjoyed the spin jump one. My favorite though probably was the Luigi jump, where you jump in the air and you get like a little float. If I'm not wrong, that's a reference to Luigi's jump in Super Luigi U and also just Luigi in Mario Bros. 2. But man, that jump is really fun to use, and it's also really fun for the rhythm level. I think it's in the Secret World 2 for World 2. I think that's the secret world for that one with the blocks. That one. Usually when I recommend the game, I should normally preface that really only in the same situation that if we have similar game tastes, that you realize that, and you realize that we have similar game tastes, and you're somehow on the fence about Mario Wonder, please buy it. Music's amazing. Not to mention, there's a secret badge at the end of the game. Your bonus for 100%ing the game, which I did last night, or technically this morning. I finished it at like 1 in the morning. The thing you get for 100%ing the game is a badge that turns all of your sound effects, like the or the like your ground pound, your jump. Normally it's instruments like a little guitar twang or like a drum roll for the ground pound. It turns into acapella. As an acapella fan, you can tell I quite like it. I'm just ecstatic, and I love this game. It's precious, and even though it ended, even though it's over, I want to play it over and over. And if anything, it makes me want to play like all the other Mario games I haven't finished. It makes me want to play a lot of Mario World, because I feel like this game is super similar to Super Mario World, but maybe that's just because Yoshi's there. I don't know. I really love this game, and level design is super good. I didn't go into most of it, but the wonder effects in the game, and this is probably the last thing I'll say. This is a whole mess, but hopefully you weren't expecting order in this video. Otherwise, you do not know who I am. Every level has 3 coins and a wonder seed for doing the wonder flower, and then a wonder seed for beating the level. The wonder flower in every level has been nothing but awesome, and some are really well hidden, and I like that. The wonder effect, I don't think I've hated a single one. Not gonna lie, the wonder effect, the dragon wonder effect in World 6. Holy shit. I won't show footage again, so that if you haven't seen it yet, and you see it for the first time and you enjoy it, you're welcome. Just enjoy the dragon. That's all I'm gonna say. Enjoy the dragon. Metal Mario at Bowser World, all the music ones I was such a sucker for. King Boo singing, the Piranha Plants singing, man. And then like I spent like an hour straight trying to find the Spike one in one of the secret areas of World 1. The water levels are really fun. There's so few water levels, and they even made a badge simply to make water levels somewhat more enjoyable. And so they're like really short-lived. I think there's only like, 2 or 3 water levels that really I remember for the most part. Every world has a unique theme. I've already said that. There's like a puzzle areas, but it's like, even though there's a world theme, dude, all the levels are so different. Some are puzzly, some are just pure skill tests, and then some are just like, you just want to do this really cool thing real fast and just get a free wonder seed. Like, those are just cute. Those are cute. They're just like, hey, we found this really cute little like nifty thing you can do in the game. And then there's also the puzzle rooms where you get to explore all the hidden blocks and you get to solve a little puzzle in it, you know, if you're online with other people. I haven't even talked about the online yet. Clearly, I have a lot to talk about. And clearly, I really, really like this game. So I'm going to stop there. Thank you for listening to my 20-minute rant about how much I fucking enjoy Mario Wonder, and Let me know in the comments if you would actually like to see me do a video on Mario Wonder, similar to my Everhood video. It'll be in the outro, and I'll make sure to put a link to that video in the description so you know what I'm talking about. Basically, I would talk about the first few hours of Mario Wonder, pretty much just gush about it and talk about game design as it happens in the game, and I would just narrate my journey through it, and yeah, let me know if you would enjoy that, and then I leave the rest of the game to you so that it encourages you to buy it to see the rest of it for yourself. I kind of feel like I would do it. I feel like it wouldn't be too hard, it would just take some time. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you actually would like me to more in-depth talk about my opinions on Mario Wonder. I know I have a podcast for that, and chances are I'll talk about it in the next episode of my podcast, the KiRBiCast, which you can check by clicking on the podcast section of my YouTube channel if you want. Putty please. But man, I love Mario Wonder. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm gonna play more Mario Wonder. Finishing Mario and Rabbids will have to wait. I got a 100% Mario Wonder again. Like, this game. Damn.